John Wayne used to say.
There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place for everything. Now is not the time for music. Now is not the time for yelling or whispering. It's time to be serious. I was being a joke. I was playing around. And now's not the time for that. Let's get serious. I once was told a story about a man who was a businessman at that. This businessman went to the mall. And when he went to the mall, he saw this nice suit. And he went in there and he was like, I want that suit right there. He was like, that's a nice suit. I want it on me because I'm going to look good with that suit. So he puts it on him. He's like, yeah, man, I look good. His blue pinstripe, you know what I'm saying? He was looking good. So he went home and he got in front of his wife and he said, look at this suit, man. It's so nice. So he throws it on for her. He's like, look, I look pimp. And she's like, you look good, baby. So he's like, well, do I have any chores today? She was like, yeah, you need to go milk that cow. He says, all right. She says, go out there right now. He said, okay. So he's like, you know what? I'm not going to take my suit off because I look good in this suit. So he goes out there and starts milking the cow. And he gets down on his knees and he starts milking that cow with that suit on. Goes back inside. His wife goes, what do you mean doing that? He has mud all over his suit. Milk's all over him. Because he didn't remember the one thing. There's a time and a place for everything. Everything. You don't wear a suit to go milk a cow. That's just stupid. I used to have a baseball coach who would go and he would come out there and he'd say, there's a time and a place for everything. He'd especially get mad at us when we wore shorts. Because we'd wear shorts to baseball practice and he'd say, all right, I want you to slide 5 times in the base. And we'd slide 5 times. And he'd say, slide again. And we'd say, why do you want us to slide? He'd say, slide. And when we'd get done, we'd be bleeding on our legs because we'd wear shorts. And he says, when you come to baseball practice, you wear a hat, you wear long pants with long socks. Don't come out here playing around. That's not the time or the place for shorts. When you're riding around and you're going by a school, you know those guys that ride and they're like, and you're like, wow, gosh, what an idiot. But that guy thinks he looks fly, and I myself do it sometimes. I'll be riding, I'll be thinking I look good, but the truth is, everyone that's on the street is like, that kid looks so stupid. Why is he riding around with loud music? I don't like people who ride around with loud music at this school because there are people trying to take tests and stuff like that. And there's a time and a place for everything. And to take a test, to play loud music at a school or at a church, it's no good. You can't fly a kite when there's no wind. There's a time and a place for everything. You wouldn't go out and be like, hey, I think I'm going to fly this kite, and throw it up and no wind be going on, and then you're just like, nope, it's not going to work. You wouldn't go to a place where they're, trying to worship and sit there and pray and, like be really quiet and then just start yelling. That would be rude. That would be wrong. There's a time and a place for everything. Thanks for the yawn, Mr. Martindale. I hope you enjoyed that.
That was it?
That was it. It didn't make it, did it?
You're 15 seconds short.
Gosh, I could imagine more.
That's fairly close.
Hmm.
That'll help some. That will help some. Okay. The one negatives I would have is that your slides have a tendency, they're hard to read because you need more contrast between the font